Welcome back to Jacksonville, Florida, here on the northeast coast of Florida. Rainstorms have blown in this evening and delayed us till 9:30 p.m. this evening. But this game's going to go off tonight, and Jacksonville is excited to have that happen, as every game's going to count moving forward as the playoffs are right around the corner. We look at some of the success that the Armada has had this season, and one of those key components is the outside wing backs for the Armada. They play, obviously, responsibly defensively, but both Nick Erb and Micah Thomas fly up and down the field and provide that width and that service into the middle for the Armada. Talk a little bit about how important they are to the Armada's success.
Well, looking back into earlier in the season, they were sort of set up in more of a defensive shape with three at the back, more of a rigid three, with the wing backs being, led off down the sides from a further position higher up the field. Now they've got a deeper lying four with both right back and left back positions. Nick Erb on the right tonight with Micah Thomas on the left, being deployed from deeper positions. But really, it's just when the ball's on the left hand side, you're more you're going to see more of Micah Thomas getting forward and going back into a flat three, and the same on the opposite side. So it's more of a defensive shape with a four, but there were so many final third entries in the last game from both Nick Erb early on in the first half and Micah Thomas. And, they're fantastic young players that are well capable of delivering a decent delivery into the box. And they both do that really, really well. For Coach Tommy, it's just been something that he's used throughout the season and in previous seasons as well. It's just part of their identity now.
Talk a little bit about the goalkeeper as well. He's had a very good season, Jeremy Costi, a number of clean sheets. He has seized that number one role. Just talk a little bit about Costi.
Well, Costi's done a great job. Steady Eddie. He doesn't seem to get himself in much trouble, and that puts a lot of confidence in your coach. When he sees that you're able to just maintain the ball, maintain possession when it comes back to you, and you've got the ability to distribute as well. He's well capable of doing that. He's a great shot stopper, and he just seems so focused, to make a real impact this season.
The experienced 25-year-old goaltender who played at Oral Roberts University, a quality college soccer program, also born in France. The Frenchman led Oral Roberts when he was a senior to 11-4-2 record in a run in the NCAA playoffs. So he's got some pedigree, and he's seized this position, and he doesn't seem to want to give it back. And, he's been an integral part to their success. Let's take a quick look at the standings in the Gulf Coast Sunshine Conference here. Naples United wins today against Global Soccer Pathways by a score of 2-0 and jumps both the Armada and Pensacola into first place based on goal difference. All three are tied at 16 points overall, and the goal difference, Naples at 16, Armada at 15, and Pensacola at 14. This is as tight as it gets as we're coming down the stretch here. Gap, obviously, to Tallahassee in fourth place. That's the last playoff position. So Tallahassee's sitting at 11 points. And then Columbus United in fifth at 9 points. The Miami Dutch Lions have moved up to sixth. Okay? And that's based on average points per game. The Miami Dutch Lions have only played 5 games so far this season. They're backloaded their schedule. They have 5 games in the next 2.5 weeks to make up the rest of their games this season, starting tonight. New Orleans in 7th. The Armada will head down to New Orleans next weekend for their last regular season game, and then Global Soccer Pathways in 8th. I mean, you can't get any tighter than this. And it really goes to how important each and every game is as we approach the end of the season. Each goal that's scored. In talking to Coach Tommy Krzanovich today, he was talking about how important goal difference was tonight. He wanted this game to go off tonight, and he wanted to play the full 90 minutes because he wanted to maximize their attempts to gaining goal difference.
Yeah, and it's very impactful. It's very impactful. The games that they have conceded, they really want to play back. But the games that they've been able to just really show who they are, it's been impactful, and it's played a huge part now. When you look at the points, it's, as you said, it's so close up there at the top. It adds to the pressure, it adds to that anticipation. The players have been waiting, and I'm sure they're eager to get this game started so they can really get some goals on the board.
You look at Pensacola sitting there in third place. The Armada struggled against Pensacola last year. That's who we lost to in the playoffs, and we got smoked in that playoff game. You finish second, third, or fourth. You end up having to travel on the road for at least one of your playoff games if you continue. If you win that first place position, you get a bye in the first round, and you host the rest of the conference playoffs. And that's really what's at stake here with these conference standings. Coach Tommy Krzanovich and his guys don't want to have to go down to Pensacola and play if they want to end up, continuing on in the playoffs this year. They'd rather have Pensacola come here.
Of course.
And I think get their revenge against Pensacola. They get a chance. But Naples has slid into that first place position. They split with the Armada this year. They won one, they lost one, they tied one. So those games are very competitive against Naples United. That's another tough team that the Armada are trying to avoid for as long as they can before they end up seeing them in the playoffs, because it really, to me, boils down to those three teams. Those three teams, to me, are the best three teams in the conference.
Absolutely, yeah. And I think Naples have made a huge impact this season. And they're a great team. They're a great outfit. Play some good football. I think they're the team, other than Pensacola, I would say that Naples just really do tip Pensacola when you look at possession. You look at ball playing central roles, that they have players in there that can really keep the ball and really control the tempo of a game. Armada have really prided themselves of bringing in, sixes and eights that are able to really move the ball, get hold of it, control the tempo of the game, and really facilitate them and moving forwards, starting attacks, being able to break through lines. Naples came here, and they really competed. They controlled a lot of the game. There was moments in the game where they really made an impact, and just Armada couldn't get the ball.
Let's get ready for some Armada soccer. It's 9:30 p.m. here in Jacksonville as we're getting set for kickoff. We saw Coach Tommy Krzanovich a minute ago. He's looking to keep his guys focused through this weather delay. Let's see how they come out and play early on.
Flying tackle, first minute there, first few seconds.
It's Alex Iarides on the tackle as the throw-in goes to Miami. Headed forward by Schweikert, looking for Kavift. Cleared out by the Armada. Jamal, we look at the field and we see some slippery conditions out there. How do you deal with that?
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna play a huge role tonight. Both teams are gonna have to deal with it though. So I mean, it's even in that sense. But I think that with Armada's momentum, they want to try and high press. But as we see now, Miami getting this off.
There's De Jong, plays it back to Obletter, plays it towards the middle. Off the foot of a Miami attacker, and Schweikert clears for Jacksonville. Ball played over the top towards the corner, and you start to see the ball skip a little bit. A rough play there by Ferraro as he trips the Armada defender before the ball rolls out for a goal kick. Yeah, I mean, they're going to have to account for things like skippage as the ball's skipping around the field with the wet conditions. A little bit different than potentially what they're used to playing with.
Yeah, and the field right now is not necessarily looking in its the best condition.
You're kind, my friend. You're kind. This field has gotten a lot of play throughout the year as Iarides is off and running.
Oh, here he is.
Got Moeller Jensen on the far side. Iarides in on keeper, shoots right at the keeper. Collected easily by Wallace. Moeller Jensen wide open on the far side for an easy tap in, but Iarides decided to shoot, and it's saved by Miami.
Yeah, and as you can see, Iarides has really just got his eyes set on getting his first goal of the night when Moeller Jensen's completely open, and he gesturing over to him like, mate, you've got to get your head up. I'm over here. Put me in.
That looked like a tap in if that ball was played across, as Iarides was grabbing his quadricep there. That's something to keep an eye on as this game continues.
Yeah, first minute after being sat down for the past 3 hours, it's difficult to get your body back. Your adrenaline gets you through normally. You get here 2 hours before a game. The first 10-15 minutes, your adrenaline will get you through it. Now you've been sat down for 4 hours waiting for a game to start. It's difficult to get the motor going, and hopefully there's nothing too serious from Iarides. Holding on to his upper half of his leg.
You can see the ball also hydroplane and then stop in certain areas where there's collections of water. Twice now that Costi has played it out to that left-hand side. the ball starts off faster, but then immediately hits a wet spot and slows it down. Again, something to watch as this game continues. If we get any more rain tonight, we're going to be in trouble with the field conditions.
Hopefully not.
Headed back in by Miami, cleared out by Shanley. And now Schweikert plays it long and over the top. He's looking for Moeller Jensen, who's going to get onto this.
Trouble.
As he turns to the inside, he's going to shoot from distance. Skips into the keeper, Wallace, who collects relatively easily. Surveys what's going on from the ground. Moeller Jensen, his first shot on goal this evening.
Hernandez there, picking up in that left-back position, just kind of just went in panic mode then. Just a nothing long ball in from Zettel. And it's gone over to Hernandez at that left-back position, and he's kind of just put his foot through it, and he miskicked it.
I mean, is that fear factor?
Yeah,
like, you got a guy like Moeller Jensen who's as good as he is. I mean, he can cause panic.
100% it's panic. And you know, you're going to see that an awful lot tonight, especially in these conditions where defenders are having to deal with difficult balls, trying to get in control of it, and it's just going to pop up, bouncing all over the place, and you've got the likes of Iarides, Kafif, just putting that pressure on you. Oliver Mulljensen on this near side, the number 7 on his back. He's just a top-notch player, isn't he? And I'm expecting to see a lot of things from him over the next few years, you know, and I don't really say that about many players, but from the very first night we've seen him come out, he's just been somebody that just wants to make an impact.
Section 904 coming out full force tonight. They're in the parking lot at 5 o'clock today. Game just kicked off at 9:30, and these guys stayed around, and these are as die-hard as supporters as you get. They've been fantastic this season, and you heard McCollum talk about them before the game in the pregame and how important they are to the success of this Armada team at home.
Yeah, they're huge. I mean, 10 years plus now, you know, through the ups and downs, you know, they've stood strong, and they're here every single game, just beating that drum, making sure that the players on the pitch have got that atmosphere, that push behind them to get the job done. And this is the night when they do need them. This is the night where they do need Section 904 to drive them through.
Coach Kazanovic was highly complimentary of number 21, Antonio Illuminato, an Italian that's come to play in recent times with the Armada. He was just fouled there by Ferraro. He gets on the ball. He's something to watch. He likes to pick passes, break lines, look for guys over the top. He's one of those guys in the center of midfield that can cause some problems for defenses.
Oh yeah, he's a great player. I think he's a creative. You know, he gets on the ball. He's always looking for that extra touch to get that time to play that perfect pass. You know, you've got two players in there, Toby McCullum, Zettel, that are able to, you know, shut down plays. But he's a little bit different, you know. Illuminato gets on the ball and he wants to make those forward passes that are just a little bit more class, you know, a little bit more sort of concise. So I'm anxious to see him get on the ball in that final third or in that attacking half and just try and pull strings in there.
You know, we're 6 minutes into this one, and it's kind of picked a great pass. Here's Moeller Jensen trying to beat the keeper. Does.
Penalty.
The keeper trips him.
100%.
Referee points to the spot. Now, keeper's going over to the linesman to ask him what he saw. He said he's going to talk to the referee, but goalkeeper's pleading here that he didn't touch him. The referee's not buying it. Case dismissed.
Yeah.
It's going to be a penalty kick.
If the referee wasn't within 10 yards of the contact, I think he'd have a shout. But yeah, there's definitely contact there. It might have been that Oliver Mulljensen kicked out a little bit to, you know, try and get that contact, but it's.
I don't know if he did or not, but the keeper got a boot right in the face.
Yeah.
So not only does he give up the PK, but he takes a boot right in the face. In addition, you know, I was just about to say, 6 minutes into this game, it's picked up where we left off. Mm-hmm. The last time we played these guys, it's been chippy. Lots of fouls early on, lots of physical contact. As we look at the Armada looking to get one on the board in the 7th minute.
Oh, no.
The Panenka.
Oh, unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
I mean, if you're going to do it, you've got to score it.
Sebastian Zettel misses the penalty kick. And here comes Miami trying to beat the Armada over the top. Frogson plays it out off of a Miami attacking player. It'll be an Armada throw-in, but wow. The chance to go up 1-0 early in a pivotal game and to pull the Panenka, the goaltender doesn't bite, and that is a huge blunder by the Armada early on.
Moments like that, you just hope that they don't come back to haunt you later on in the game. In a game where, 6 minutes in, you go ahead in a game like this, and it's really game over at that point. In these conditions, it's difficult to keep going. You've been here before. They're just thinking about this is just a repeat, as you said, but not tonight.
Yeah, tough way to start for the Armada, getting the opportunity and then blowing it. Still 0-0 here in the 9th minute. Man, that's tough to see. Played up forward there by Randy Hernandez. Ball's out of play. It will be an Armada throw. Yeah, chance to kind of put your stamp on the game early on and to, again, give everybody a boost. And when that play works, you look amazing. You look calm, cool, collected. When that play does not work, you can see it on Zettel's face. He knew that he made a mistake.
Yeah.
Here's Obletter for Miami. Beats the tackle from Erb, tries to cross it long and high. It's going to go all the way over everyone, but picked up there by Sanfilippo, plays it into the box. Kobe Ebasiwa plays it out, but it's picked up by Irides for the Armada. Plays it long over the top, looking for Kavift. Ball's going to roll all the way back to Wallace, the keeper. Who picks it up for Miami. 9:04, waving their flags, beating their drums. It may look like a few people are there tonight, but that's the heartbeat. That's the heartbeat of the Armada. When they come to support, they make their presence known. Here's Schweikert for the Armada. Plays it out wide. Thomas plays it long and through. He's got
great ball.
He's got Irides. Tries to cross it.
This time early.
Cleared out by Visser for Miami, out of play. That's going to be an Armada throw. Nice attempt there by Irides to find one of his teammates. Early on, he didn't do that. Yeah. That time he tried.
Yeah, Oliver Moliensi definitely got in his ear. And now he's got his head up looking, which is, it shows the composure now. He is able to pick that pass out when he's given the opportunity.
Great ball by Thomas to see Irides through.
Absolutely. And that's what we're going to see more of tonight, that connection between Micah Thomas and Irides playing in that half space. We saw it a lot last week with Gianluca Vaccaro coming on and making an impact in his first game back. Tonight we're going to see Irides popping off on that left-hand side as well.
Here's Kavift. In my opinion, he's at his best when he's holding up play and using his physicality to kind of set the offense and set guys running down the sides. He's been good all season, being physical in the middle. Yeah,
when he's not there, you see the difference in the team. I think he's a great player. He knows his strengths and he plays to them. He's not a player that wants to take 5, 6, 7 touches. He gets it down, he moves it, and looks for his teammates in and around him, as you said.
Long throw by Thomas there, headed right back out by Miami. 0-0 here in the 12th. Jacksonville with a golden opportunity to score early on in the 7th minute. Penalty kick taken by Sebastian Zettel, who wasn't able to convert. Leaves this game 0-0 as we enter the 13th minute here in Jacksonville. Costi plays it out wide. Here's Erb. Steps on it. Tries to play it wide. Loses it. Throw in for Miami.
Pressure from Miami in that attacking half.
Ferraro is able to keep it in play. Off of Moeller Jensen. That's a Miami throw in.
They've got absolutely no problem with throwing a tackle in.
And
this Miami team,
it's good too to have a guy like a Schweikert, number 32, Evan Schweikert for Armada. He is not afraid to throw his body around.
Oh yeah.
He's been described as by his college coach, Ali Simmons here at JU. As Schweikert's going to play for JU, as a bowling ball and a little ball of hate running around the field. You always like one of those guys on your team. who's willing to just, throw his body in when he needs to kind of set the tone. Schweikert is one of those guys. That's why Ali Simmons loves him, and that's why Tommy loves him.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I called him in the first game. I'm like, he looks a little bit like Gattuso. And he reminds me of just a little pit bull, you know? But he has got that class as well, where he is able to get the ball down and really set the momentum for the team, set the tone.
Played out by Illuminato.
He's in there, Moller Jensen.
Plays out wide for Moller Jensen.
This is what you don't. This is what you don't want as a defender.
One-on-one. Oh. Couple step overs. He's going to shoot it far post.
Brilliant.
Rebound. Cleared out by Miami. Another opportunity there for the Armada. Moller Jensen creating on his own. Provides a shot and a rebound that the Armada could not
just great feet.
Convert.
As we have another look here, just Moller Jensen's nightmares on this right-hand side for these defenders. Great feet to get his little space. Probably wanted a little bit more purchase on it going to the keeper's right, but it's on his weaker foot and he's still making the goalkeeper make a world-class save, really, down to his right.
Goalkeeper has been good tonight, Wallace. Here's Moller Jensen again.
Regardless of the scores, he's been good the last few games as well.
Crossed by Moller Jensen. Wallace off his hands. He's able to collect.
As we say, he's been having a great few weeks. He almost drops one there for the Armada to get themselves in front.
He's been a busy man the last few weeks. Crossed by Moller Jensen. Collected, but put it down, and Kavif thought he had a chance. Wallace is able to collect, keeping the score at 0-0. Miami playing it long and over the top. Cleared out by Frogson. Schweikert is going to win the ball. Played forward. Here's Moller Jensen. See if he can get there. Here comes the keeper. Here comes Wallace. Slides and beats Moller Jensen there and clears it. It's going to be an Armada throw-in. Wallace again making a important play for Miami.
Yeah, you don't want to be a goalkeeper that just, waits around in his 6-yard box. He's off his line in an instant there with the ball in behind. Great goalkeeping.
Here's Herb. Looking for Moller Jensen.
Straight offside there now.
He's going to be offside as the flag goes up. Finds Iarides wide open on the opposite side, but assistant referee's flag was up. That will be offside on the Armada. You can see what the game plan is tonight, I think, for the Armada. Feed Moller Jensen. Feed Iarides. Feed the wings. Let them play in space. Let them create.
Absolutely. Those are the players that can, really put some damage on a team, and especially when they're getting the balls down the sides in space. And they've got that turf in front of them. They're just eating it up. And as soon as they get inside the box or within shooting distance, they're not afraid to let one go.
Headed out by Shanley, played back in. Here's Micah Thomas for the Armada. Plays it long and over the top. He's looking for Kavif. Kavif coming in. Here comes the keeper, Wallace. Wallace plays it out, but I think the flag went up for offsides on Kavif. Wallace hesitated that time a little bit as he came out, but he beat Kavif to it. Didn't matter. The assistant referee's flag was up for offsides.
Here's another look at it. Kavif gets himself in behind, but the goalkeeper again, in an instant, just off his line. Might have got a little knock on that there.
Would have gotten it away. Probably would have gotten a foul if the flag wasn't raised for offside. Referee trying to assert control over this, telling Wallace he needs to move the ball back to where the foul occurred, specifically where the offsides took place. Here's Wallace to put it back in play. Slips on the wet turf. Intercepted by the Armada, who played down right back to Wallace. He's going to let it roll into his box before he grabs it. .0-0 here at Southern Oak Stadium on the campus of Jacksonville University on a very rainy earlier evening on the First Coast. Game started 9:30 this evening as we look to get this one in tonight. Here's Moller Jensen. Plays it back for Herb. Plays it long down the right wing. Nobody there. Here comes Zettel. Played back to the keeper, Wallace. He's going to send it long. Intercepted by Herb. Plays it back to Frogson, who's going to play it all the way back to Costi, the keeper for the Armada. Played up towards midfield, intercepted by Miami. Ferraro out wide. Ball played into the box. Shoots right at Costi, who collects easily. Like that was Ebisiwa who got that shot off for Miami. Shanley looks for Zettel. Plays it back for Thomas. Thomas slide tackled on the play.
It looked like a little late one there. And he's down hurt there. Michael Thomas going in tough. Landing on that right leg.
Physicality again on display here as the ref has to run down and calm down one of the Miami players. So we take a look at the replay.
Yeah, it's a difficult one there though, because the momentum takes you through and you want to try and win the ball back.
Here's the Armada out to Moeller Jensen. Plays it back, shot by Zettel. Falls right to the feet of Kavich, shoots!
Finish.
Offside, flag is up. It's the assistant referee. Makes the decision to disallow that goal based on the offsides call.
And this has just dropped down to Kafif in an offside position. He's already trying to follow in a shot. So he stood in an offside position when it's dropped to his feet. Great finish though. On the swivel, right foot, no problem, but just offside there, just a yard offside.
Another opportunity goes by the wayside for the Armada. Got a couple of good chances early on this evening, including a missed penalty kick early on in the 7th minute. Thomas clears it for the Armada. It actually deflected off a Miami player. That'll be an Armada throw.
It really was a missed penalty kick in this game. There's been so many opportunities in this early first 20 minutes here. And Michael Thomas gets away now.
Iarides on the run there, but it looked like the ball went over the sideline. It'll be a Miami throw-in.
Sorry, Iarides, yeah, there's just been so many opportunities in that final third of the Miami Dutch Lions that, you forget about the fact that the Jacks Armada had an opportunity to put away that penalty, and it was just completely wasted. It completely changes the tone of this opening 20 minutes if they go and score that first goal.
Zettel looking long and over the top. He was looking for Moeller Jensen. But it rolls all the way back to the keeper Wallace, who has no problem waiting for an attacker to come and challenge him for the ball before he picks it up. Yeah, you said it earlier. This is one of those games where you hate to see the misses early, because those are the types of things that can come back to haunt you.
Absolutely.
Especially, not just the result, but, if the Armada end up not finishing in first place based on goal difference, you're going to look back at penalty kicks. You're going to look back at missed opportunities. This game could be 3-0 right now.
Yeah.
Relatively easily, maybe even more.
Absolutely.
If the Armada would have taken their chances.
Absolutely.
Shot by Miami. Nice save by Costi. Shot there, it looked like by number 10, Davide Sanfilippo. Tested Costi to his left-hand side.
Lovely little cut inside with that left foot, and honestly, shots in at that kind of pace, just dipping and bouncing right in front of the goalkeepers, it gives them a huge problem.
Erb looking long for Kavift. Plays it all the way back into the hands of Wallace. Once again for Miami. Yeah, Sanfilippo coming off a 2-goal game against Global Soccer Pathways. Isn't afraid to hit those from distance, and especially on a night like tonight where the field is wet and you have some weathered conditions down in the boxes. Why not give it an effort if you got that choice?
Absolutely, he doesn't need a license to shoot. He just gets that ball in that final third, and he wants to let one go. And honestly, I wouldn't blame him.
Yeah.
In these conditions, as you've said, snapshots like that can really put a goalkeeper in trouble.
Playing Moeller Jensen, he's in, shoots, deflected there. Marco Visser comes in the last minute, gets a foot to it as Moeller Jensen goes down. Gets back up, another one of those chances.
Fantastically timed challenge coming in from Moeller Jensen's left-hand side there.
Actually, you look at that again, and Moeller Jensen just kind of whiffs on it. Yeah, and I think the field conditions probably played a part in that.
Yeah, and they're going to play a part in this, and it's going to affect both teams. Both teams have to deal with it. It just takes a little bit more focus on your execution in that final third, which Oliver Moeller Jensen didn't have in that instance.
Sanfilippo with the cross. It's going to go right to Costi. He's going to look to play quickly up the middle.
Great distribution, set the attacks off.
Zettel tries to play it long over the top, looking for Moeller Jensen or Kavift. Once again, Wallace out quick, lets it roll into his box and picks it up.
such an undervalued skill from goalkeepers, being able to read plays. You know, that little lack or little lapse in concentration sometimes can just allow for strikers just to get in behind with those early runs and early balls in behind.
Shanley heads it. Sanfilippo also gets his head to it. Here's Micah Thomas. Try to play it forward for Jacksonville. He's going to play it long and over the top. He's got Iurides. One-on-one. He can't get there. Randy Hernandez beats him to it for Miami. And Wallace is going to clear it out of bounds. That's going to be an Armada throw. Again, you can see what the Armada are trying to do. They're trying to use the wingers that have great pace, and Moeller, Jensen, and Iurides. And everything is a long through ball or a long ball over the top, trying to use that pace to get them chances. And it's got them chances. They just haven't finished them.
Well, that's something what you do to pen teams in. You don't want them to get any kind of inkling that there's an opportunity for them to get in the game.
Another physical play there. That time Carlo Lopez going in on Iurides. Both Lopez and Koshe Ibasiwa have been very physical on that side with Iurides this evening. Yeah, no cards issued so far this evening. So, you know, the refs, hold on, that was a quick free kick there by the Armada. I think it even caught Iurides off guard. But the one guy that was paying attention was the keeper, Wallace, who comes out to get it again.
He's been on point tonight. He's been on point this evening. He's ready to play.
Ball headed forward by Illuminato. Foul whistled on Illuminato. That's going to be a free kick for Miami. We're checking. Ball went out of bounds off Illuminato. That's going to be a throw-in for Miami. Here's Lopez to throw it in for the Dutch Lions. Ball headed out there by Schweikert, headed forward. Now put back in by Miami over the top. You got a charging forward there. That's number 9, Parks Harris. Costi's going to come out and get it before Harris can get there. Ball out wide. Here's Thomas. Iurides. Ball played forward. Nice job there by Thomas. Looking to cross for Moeller Jensen, standing by himself. Moeller Jensen whistled for offsides as the assistant referee had his flag raised. That had to be tight. He was by himself in a ton of space. That's the last guy you want to have a ton of space if you're Miami.
And he has found himself in acres.
It doesn't look like it.
Doesn't look like it. It looked as though he was level, and the referee's raised his flag.
I'm in total agreement with you. That looked like, and again, we're not level, so we don't see it with the assistant referee, but, I mean, on that look, he looked onside.
Another chance gone begging.
Yep. Here's Erb for the Armada looking to play it after a foul by Miami.
And, you know, we're so critical of linesmen and referees when a decision goes wrong, but it's a difficult job to do. You've got to be so up and aware of what's going on.
Here's Moeller Jensen, beats one defender. He shoots
right
foot, shot,
the
score!
opener.
Goal! Jacksonville!
Absolutely fantastic stuff there from Oliver Moeller Jensen. And this goalkeeper looks like he's angry at someone here.
As Wallace goes over and grabs Zettel.
Not too sure what's going on here.
May have something to do with the penalty that Zettel got saved, and he may have said something walking across to Wallace as the ref tries to bring calm to the situation.
But there's only one person being calm right now, and it's Zettel, where the goalkeeper is just...
He's incensed. Something was said by Zettel as he ran by.
I don't know whether he's trying to say that somebody spat in his face. I don't want to say that, but...
Here's the goal.
We'll talk more about the goal there. Fantastic freak from OMJ. Gets himself through two players, finds some space on his right foot, and rifles one home past the goalkeeper. Wallace, who's been on point the whole evening, just had nothing he could do about that strike. Really was trying to get himself out of the way of it, if anything.
Team leading 7th of the season, matching the jersey number for Oliver Moeller Jensen. Been a sensation since he's arrived this year to play for Jacksonville. Puts the Armada on the board 1-0 in the 28th minute. Still conversations going on between Wallace, the goalkeeper, and this time Illuminato. He's trying to calm things down. Referees talking to the assistant on the far side of the field, trying
Probably
to figure out what went on.
Probably wanted to find out whether he saw anything in the passing, because Zettel did make his way past the goalkeeper there, but I cannot imagine that something like that would happen in a game like this.
I mean, Wallace is still arguing his case. He's extremely aggravated at what had happened. Take a look at the replay.
See them been passing here.
Zettel must have said something as he ran by him, because Wallace was not having it. Grabbed him by the arm right away. He gets in his face. I haven't seen. There we go. Yellow card.
He's giving him a booking though.
Yellow card given to Zettel.
Not entirely sure what could have. If anything, if it was something of that nature, whether it was, I don't know, something being said, for a booking to be, you know, a caution right there for Zettel, I'm not entirely sure what it was. I mean, we'll possibly find out something more, you know, people watching at home. For the fans watching at home right now, we're not entirely sure what's going on. The referee's given a decision. I'm sure we'll hear more from him at half-time if we do get the opportunity to get any word back. But, yeah, it's just it's
strange.
Strange, yeah. But what a fantastic goal from OMJ. You know, we talked about him before the game, that he could be the catalyst to get things moving for the Armada tonight. With the earlier missed penalty from Zettel, Oliver Mulliensen able to put his team in front tonight on the half hour.
Hernandez looks up front, is able to find Coach Avesiwa, who's attacking on the right-hand side. Ball played out there for a goal kick. Defense there by Miles Shanley, coming in and playing it off the Miami player, awarding the Armada a goal kick.
Such an awesome defender, and a great not just a great player, he leads by example back there, Miles Shanley, every single game. Rarely puts a foot wrong. Oh, he's let it go past him, Frogson. Oh,
rebound.
It's a chance here on the rebound.
Avesiwa collides there. Looks like with Herb. That makes the last second effort. Ball rolls through. Nice save by Costi. Correction, that's Schweikert.
Schweikert, yeah.
Who makes that last second ditch effort to deflect that ball out of play.
And it all started from Callum Frogson, just really lax there. And, you know, that's rare from him. Another one with Miles Shanley, rarely puts a foot wrong, playing in that central role of defence, where earlier on in the season he played at the right of a three. He's in that central role now where he's having to deal with a lot more traffic down the middle of the field, and he's let that ball go in behind, which has given Miami Dutch Lions the opportunity to get themselves back involved in this game.
I think everybody expected Costi to come and get that ball and clear it out. That included Shanley, that included Frogson, that included everybody on defense. And then when he didn't, he makes a really good save. He gets down quick. That rebound there, that Schweikert intervention could be huge as this game goes on.
100%.
Schweikert's still down on the field.
Yeah, and he's an important player for the Armada as well, but he's took a rough challenge, putting his body on the line there for his mates.
It's going to be a Campione Law corner kick when we resume. Campione Law, real people helping real people. As they continue to work on Schweikert. It's not just soccer on the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network. Catch the Brent and Austin show weekdays from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. However you're watching this one. Schweikert gets up and shakes hands with Avesiwa. I have a feeling Schweikert will be back quickly. He's that type of guy where, you know, he rarely goes down for any type of time. I mean, he usually pops right back up. He kind of takes pride in that like you can do whatever you want to him and nothing's going to stop him from getting back up. That's the type of player he is, and that's why he's endeared himself to the coaches that coach him. He's just a very tough, physical kind of throwback player.
Something that you really want in your team, and he does well.
Here's the corner headed by the Armada out of danger.
Great first touch.
Put back in by Miami, but deflected out again. Shanley clears up for the Armada. Now it's a foot race.
Shanley there clearing up the mess again. Trouble.
Misplayed there by De Jong, and now Kavif has it.
Great strength.
Cuts it back. Looking for some help and finds it. There's Micah Thomas. There's Illuminato. Moeller Jensen.
Trouble there.
Cross.
Oh, what
Waiting
a
for
ball!
Kavif. Goal! Jacksonville!
Brilliant stuff there from Kavif.
Noah Kavif
Fantastic finish.
makes it 2-0.
Unbelievable stuff. And we're up 2-0, the Armada. Brilliant ball in from Oliver Mulliensen from the right. We're going to have another look at it. Found in space on that right-hand side, and as always, he's trouble when he's found in space. Puts in a deft little ball in there, in behind that Miami Dutch Lions defence, and Noah Kavif. Beautiful finish, left-footed into the side netting for his team to put him up 2-0.
Inch perfect cross from Moeller Jensen. Again, impressing. That was perfect. All Kavit had to do was get a foot to it.
Absolutely, and he's done just that in the 33rd minute here for his team. Brilliant stuff again.
His third of the season for Kavif, making it 2-0 Jacksonville in the 34th minute.
Super high energy game, you know, and you think that the time delay, the weather delay, will have a huge impact on the players, but both teams have come out here flying, in this first half.
Schweigert's made his way back onto the field for Jacksonville as Miami looks to answer.
They'll keep the intensity high. I mean, you're 10 minutes off the halfway mark. And both teams have exerted a lot of energy. I think both teams will probably utilize substitutions in this game.
There's Illuminato, finds Iarides. Tries to cross it. Ball's kicked out of play by Miami. That is going to be a Campione Law corner kick. Campione Law, real people helping real people. Zettel over to take the corner for Jacksonville. Section 904, beating those drums, waving those flags, enjoying every minute of this 2-0 Jacksonville lead. Here's Zettel, center of the box, great ball. Headed out by Miami. Moeller Jensen's able to keep it. Man on rushing. Plays it off of him. That's going to be a throw-in deep in Miami territory for Jacksonville. Nice play by Moeller Jensen there, who knew he really didn't have anything in that corner. Just played it off and get a throw in and reset everything.
Such a very, very good player. Very good player.
I think I've said that about 9 times tonight. Very good play by Moeller Jensen. Kid is fantastic. Cross off Erb. Tries to play it towards the middle. Attempted clearance there by Nicola Ferraro. Kind of whiffed on it, but enough to clear it now. His brother, Luca Ferraro, plays it forward. Schweiker comes in, takes the ball away. Here's Micah Thomas, plays it for Iarides. Another great pass by Thomas. Trying to break lines. Iarides has to come back. Here's Shanley. Ball's going to go out of play for a Miami throw-in.
Just a little bit of overplaying in certain areas at times. I like the thought that they've gone direct in this game, just putting that pressure on that Miami Dutch Lions back line, and it's paid dividends. It's just exactly what they need to do, but breaking forward again here with Oliver Mulliensen.
He goes in hard there and misses on Carlo Lopez, but again, it's been part of the game all night tonight. You've got some dicey tackles going on out there as the physicality is high.
High stakes right now, right? Both teams.
Nice play there by De Jong, playing it forward to Sanfilippo. Ball played back. It's Obletter. Looking far side. Parks Harris gets to it first, but now played out by Shanley for the Armada. Cleared out of bounds and into the stands. That'll be a Miami throw-in. While Jacksonville enjoys a 2-0 lead, and Miami hasn't done a ton to kind of pressure the Armada, there have been moments. There have been moments where you begin to question, like the one where Costi didn't come out right away and get it. And all it takes is one goal to kind of change everything. Here's Kavif. Steps on it. Now looks for help. Played out to Illuminato. Moeller Jensen in space. He's going to cross it again, looking for Kavif. Played off of the hands of Wallace.
Just putting it into that corridor of confusion again. Oliver Mulliensen is just well known for being able to deliver that ball in behind, and now, you know, he's almost done it again to set off one of his teammates in the box.
Here's Ferraro playing it out wide, looking for Abasiwa.
Lovely looking pass here.
One-on-one against Micah Thomas. Tries cut back, very nice by Thomas to dispossess.
Great defending there.
Here come the Armada.
And a fantastic entry pass.
Ball played ahead. Wallace going to come out and grab that. It's a little bit too far ahead there. Muller Jensen, as Illuminata was looking to play him in.
But they want to release Muller Jensen. They know they've got this. They know they've got this left back on skates over there with Oliver Muller Jensen on the ball. They just want to feed him as much as they possibly can down this right-hand side.
And once again, looking for somebody up top, whether it's Kafift, who's going to use this physicality there and be whistled for a foul, or Muller Jensen, or Iurides. These guys are off and running all game.
You know, and a lot's to be said about a team like the Armada that are usually more of a possession-based team. Understanding that this may not be the game to try, or the field to try and play that possession-based football that we are, you know, we're more inclined to see them do or play. Today might be a day that it calls for playing the ball in behind, and it gets talked about so often, you know.
Sanfilippo beats Frogson.
Chance here.
Looking for help. Parks Harris shoots, save, rebound. Parks Harris shoots again. Cleared off the line by the Armada. That's Micah Thomas. Now headed out. The Armada escaped that moment of danger as Iurides tries to play it around and is fouled. It's the third or fourth foul by Lopez there on Iurides tonight.
Another lapse in concentration in the Jacksonville Armada back line. Frogson gets done, all ends up again inside the box this time with a chance of dropping out to Miami Dutch Lions number 9 here, and he gets two bites of the cherry. Isn't able to capitalize on the opportunity.
That's twice now that Frogson is misplayed balls in the back, and that one was almost really costly.
Such a rarity that we say that about Callum Frogson. He's just been a mainstay in this team, and he's been fantastic for the Armada this season. Wore the captain's armband for a small amount of time in one of the games as well this season. He's been fantastic, but just a couple laps of concentration there.
Ball played over the top. He's on. This is Oliver Muller Jensen looking across. Cleared out there. Straight back to Muller Jensen.
Gets another crack at it here on the right-hand side.
It's 1-on-3 as they try to box him in there. Nope. He's going to try to step over to the line and cross it, and he gets it away. Almost an own goal as the ball deflects off number 8, Nicola Ferraro, but right into the hands of Wallace. Yeah, he is just a he's a handful.
Unplayable.
Yeah, he can go wherever he wants.
Whenever he wants.
Yeah, it's been tough sledding tonight for the Miami defense when that occurs. As Wallace plays it after a pass that didn't connect, rolls all the way back to the keeper. Lopez plays it long over the top, looking for Harris. He's going to try to run onto this, but it rolls out of play. That'll be an Armada throw-in. 41st minute. Jacksonville 2, Miami 0. You know, we were talking to Coach Tommy Krzanovich before the game, and he was talking about how important goal difference is. You know, the Armada could have 5 goals tonight. They got 2 well-struck goals, well-played goals, and Oliver Muller Jensen at the center of both of them. But, you're going to see this for 90 minutes tonight. The Armada are not going to put on the brakes. They're going to continue to try to score goals because of how important that goal difference could be.
Yeah, but the main, a huge factor in that, of course they've got the firepower going forward, but a huge determining factor is, can they stop Miami Dutch Lions from scoring? You know, we've seen a couple of instances where the concentration level just wasn't there that's allowed the Miami Dutch Lions to get in behind that back line. And that's going to be a problem if that keeps on going on as the game goes on, as we get later into the night. Is that going to play a part in, you know, them conceding a goal and having that impact on the goal differential?
There's a difference between, getting eaten up, playing good balls, guys making good moves, and then, guys just hoping to hit long balls over the top and the defense make a mistake and you counter on that. That's what Miami's doing. Mm-hmm. Miami's really not put any quality plays together yet. They've tried to capitalize on a couple of Armada mistakes. Mm-hmm. The Armada are just slicing and dicing them on the offensive end. But when your team counting on those mistakes from the defense, you got to capitalize on those mistakes.
Oh yeah, they really have been. Unfortunately for them, they haven't been able to do that. But they've got the quality in there. We haven't had to say too much about Ebisuwa, on that right hand side, but when he's given the opportunity, if he gets a chance, you know, Sanfilippo, we've seen him have a couple of snapshots and get himself in the box and behind Frogson on that occasion there, setting up his teammate. It's just the final product, the end product, which is what big clubs pay big bucks for. When you're able to put the ball in the back of the net, that makes you the most costly player. You know, it's cost effective. When you're able to do that and get in behind and be able to make things happen in that final third, that's where you make the biggest impact. You know, that's where you find longevity in your career.
You know a little bit about that. Number of goals that you scored at the higher levels of professional soccer.
Yeah, I mean, I gave it a go. I was fortunate enough to, you know, get on the end of a few good crosses and stuff like that. So,
yeah, the goal scorer's mentality there of giving everybody else the credit. I remember a couple of goals you scored in your career, including one in 12 seconds in the Armada's first game, and then another one against my Phoenix Rising back in the day.
Yeah, those were good times. Those were good times.
Yeah, I think the quality was there in the striker that night on both those goals.
Yeah, we want to see a lot more of that from both these teams tonight. I'm excited to, you know, see what happens in this second half. We've got a minute left of this half. Not too sure how much time's being added on yet, I haven't got that indication, which I'm sure we will in the next few seconds here from the fourth official.
Micah Thomas getting up slowly there. Season ticket reservations are now open for next year's MLS Next Pro season, and an added bonus, your commitment gets you free tickets to all the games this summer. Learn more at JacksonvilleArmada.com. Come out and support the Armada as the season winds down. Luminato tries to play for Thomas, not on the same page, rolls out of bounds. Miami throw-in.
Quiet night from Illuminato. I mean, we spoke a lot about his, his capabilities and what he does bring to this team. We haven't really seen too much from a bit of a quiet night.
You know, he's relatively new. He didn't come at the beginning of the season. He came a number of games into it. You know, getting used to the guys, which he's had a couple of weeks now to be able to kind of find his way. His quality will shine through. You give him enough opportunities, you get him on the ball enough. He's a good soccer player.
Oh, absolutely.
I've been impressed with him.
I'm definitely not denying that. And I think the main reason. Oh, ball in behind here.
Wallace. Collection. Plays it out.
Well, yeah, as we were saying about Illuminato, it's not that. That's the real factor is you know, he's been missed out in this half. You know, they've played long for the most of this half, so he hasn't been really given the opportunity to have an impact on the game.
De Jong plays it back for Obletter. He tries to play it in the middle. That ball is off of Schweikert. Costi comes out quickly and collects it. Danger averted. 2 minutes of stoppage time to end this first half here in Jacksonville.
I think we're around halfway into that now.
Here's Zettel trying to play it through. Nice defensive play there by Miami as Mike Thomas was making a run from a long ways away. Be a Miami throw-in. The humidity tonight, daunting. As you look at these guys and the way that they look with their jerseys soaked and hair everywhere. I mean, the sun's down. Still 85 degrees, and the humidity's right around 100%.
For those that have got hair.
Yeah. Amen to that. I mean, these conditions, these guys should be used to them. They're from Miami and from Jacksonville, but they're difficult to play in.
I think they've done a good job of it, honestly, maintaining possession in these types of conditions is very, very difficult. Humidity level, yes, but also the rain on the field as well.
Here's De Jong. Plays it back. This is Nicola Ferraro, who looks for his brother Luca. Plays it back. Here's Lopez. Out wide. Cut back. Here's Sanfilippo. He's going to give it a rip. Shoots. Ball's going to sail high and wide for an Armada goal kick. Costi going to take his time.
Yeah, I think the referee's going to probably blow in these next few seconds here.
To get that.
After a very, very good half of football here. Different approach from the Armada tonight, but effective. all the same.
Do you think that Coach Kruzanovic intentionally went into the locker room and said, listen, this is how we're going to play this first half based on the conditions. We're going to play it long. We're going to play long through balls. We're not going to try to play, a more possession-based style of play?
100%.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So from here in Jacksonville, score at halftime, Jacksonville 2, Miami Dutch Lions 0. Oliver Moeller Jensen putting on a show in the first half for Jacksonville, a goal and an assist. Puts the Armada up by 2. We'll be back after these messages from Jacksonville.
People helping people is at the core of what Alive Credit Union is all about, and it's been that way for over 70 years. From 1954 to 2024, the mission remains to inspire financial wellness and give you a financially fit lifestyle. Alive Credit Union and its employees are committed to not only serving their valued members, but also our community here in Northeast Florida. That commitment includes a partnership with the Action Sports Jax 24/7 team as the presenting sponsor of all Armada men's and women's broadcasts this summer. Action Sports Jax and Alive Credit Union, a partnership that just makes sense when it comes to covering Northeast Florida. Alive Credit Union's commitment to our community also involves serving the financial needs of our first responders through the recent merger partnership with City and Police Federal Credit Union. Join the community and become a member of Alive Credit Union today. Find out the many ways you can be inspired in financial wellness at alivecu.coop.
Imagine a brokerage platform that gives agents the flexibility to move between comp plans so that they can spend their entire career in one place while earning stock and recruiting other agents. And imagine the entire enterprise is created and backed by a proven industry innovator. Now imagine this platform already exists. Imagine you own this platform. Imagine how large you can grow, how much revenue share you can earn. Just imagine.
This is Jacksonville University. It's not just a perfect place for sunny waterfront beauty shots. Although, here you choose the future you want. How? By defining it yourself. You customize your path and make it one of a kind. You want to build a future where you decide what impact you make? You want to create a life that's limited by nothing but your own ingenuity? You've come to the right place.
International soccer returns this summer. Don't miss your chance to see teams from the biggest league in the world in Jacksonville as they compete for their first trophy of the season, the Stateside Cup. Be there when Premier League clubs Wolves and West Ham take the pitch July 27th at Everbank Stadium, home of the Jaguars. With the series trophy on the line, competition will be fierce. Tickets on sale now for as low as $35. Buy your tickets today at statesidecup.com.
Welcome back to Jacksonville. Scored halftime, Jacksonville 2, Miami Dutch Lions 0. Let's take a look at some of the first half highlights. As we said earlier, it's pretty much a show put on by Oliver Moeller Jensen for the Armada as the Armada take a 2-goal lead.
Yeah, he's been absolutely fantastic. You see him cutting in from the right-hand side with his left foot. Both-footed, he's just able to create. And he's just been a live wire tonight on this right-hand side. We spoke about him before the game. He's involved in absolutely everything. He's won a penalty, got an assist on the night, and he's also chipped in with a goal. Here we see Sebastian Zettel making a mess of the penalty. Went for the Panenka, didn't work out. Nobody's heads went down, though. They were straight back after it again. Here's Oliver Moeller Jensen cutting in on that left foot again. Absolutely brilliant. It's all we got tonight. Oliver Moeller Jensen. He's everything, everywhere.
He's creating chances. He's scoring goals. He's delivering crosses. He's running in space. I mean, the kid has been everywhere tonight.
Yeah, here's Sanfilippo getting a snapshot in from 30 yards. Oliver Moeller Jensen creeping in behind again. Miscued this one. Something that we don't see very often from him. Cutting through two here. Here's his goal. Cuts in on his right foot and gets a little bobble up just before it. Puts that power in behind the shot. Goalkeeper left all ends up. Again, on the right-hand side. Puts in a beautiful ball in behind, in that corridor of confusion. He's unbelievable, honestly.
I love the corridor of confusion.
Finish there for Kafif with a ball in behind. It's just amazing to see. Look at the fans going wild as well behind the goal.
He's been good in the first half as well, Kavif, as we look at some of the halftime stats. Total shots and shots on goal in favor of the Armada. Saves, pretty close. Costi's been good when he's needed to be. Wallace has been really good. I mean, this game could easily be 3-4-5-0 at this point. Lots of fouls, lots of them on Miami. The Armada haven't been whistled for nearly as much, but the physicality has continued from their last game, in which these sides are starting to grow very, let's just say they dislike each other in the way that they play. Offsides, the Armada are going to get those as they continue to try to play through balls, specifically over the top or through channels. Oliver Moeller-Jensen and Iarides, who kind of went quiet in the second part of the first half, as Moeller-Jensen just kind of took over the game.
Yeah, I mean, if everything's going through the opposite side, you just kind of get yourself in the far side. But he has been quiet, but it's just been a fantastic night for Oliver Moeller-Jensen, you know, and when it is situations like that, you just got to do your best to stay involved.
When we return here to Jacksonville, we'll take a look at upcoming standings. This is the Jacksonville Armada on Action Sports Jax 24/7. International soccer returns to Jacksonville this summer. Don't miss your chance to see the teams from the biggest league in the world in Northeast Florida as they compete for their first trophy of the season, the Stateside Cup. Be there when Premier League clubs West Ham and Wolves take the pitch July 27th at Everbank Stadium, home of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Tickets are on sale now for as low as $35 at statesidecup.com.
Ancla Dorada. The official bear of your Jacksonville Armada.
The Action Sports Jax 24/7 network is streaming. I'm Stuart Weber, and I'm here to teach you a nice three-step process on how you can watch all your favorite programming from the Brent and Austin Show every weekday 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. or the Cup Date with me. It's fantastic. We talk NASCAR. It's a great time. Wednesdays at 1 o'clock. All right, first step, easy. Download the Action News Jax app. You probably already have it downloaded on your phone, so you might already have that one taken care of. Step 2, see that stack of pancakes up there? You click that stack of pancakes, and it's going to bring down step number 3, which is a full screen of all the different streams that you can click on, including the Action Sports Jax 24/7 stream. You click that, the video's rocking and rolling on your mobile device, you're watching all the shows you want to, and you're having a good time. You can also do it on your smart TV with the Action News Jax Now app. I do it on my Samsung TV at home. It's a great way to watch it on a nice, large screen for all the content. That's the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network. Hope you can find it.
It's a new logo, new branding. With Bold City Heating and Air, it's an old school approach. One of the few locally owned and operated air conditioning businesses left in Jacksonville.
It's hot, Florida in the summer. You can't do much to avoid it, but you can keep cool with Bold City Heating and Air.
It's every customer counts kind of service, from when these trucks have pulled up to my home over the last couple of years and when they pull into your driveway as well. From communication to pricing to the actual service, everyone at Bold City Heating and Air cares about you. You know who's coming to your house. You know they will be well trained, and they will respect your home. Air conditioning convenience at BoldCityAC.com.
Stay cool while it gets hot. Bold City Heating and Air can help. Don't get caught sweating all summer. BoldCityAC.com, and they have financing to help. New systems starting at $110 a month and $50 off any repairs.
Stay safe, stay comfortable with Bold City Heating and Air at BoldCityAC.com. Homegrown in your hometown.
Welcome back to Jacksonville. Scored halftime, Jacksonville 2, Miami Dutch Lions 0. The youngsters are out on the field showing off to the crowd that stayed for this late contest starting at 9:30 tonight due to some weather issues in the area. Take a look at standings as these games are continuing on throughout the evening. Naples United is in first place. They won 6-0 today against Global Soccer Pathways. I believe we said it was 2-0 earlier. That game was still in progress. Now it's a final. Naples 6, Global Soccer Pathways 0. Two other games in progress as we speak. Pensacola against New Orleans in Pensacola on the Panhandle, 0-0 in that game. And then Columbus United 3-1 up on Tallahassee as that game is in progress as well. Tallahassee needing that win to try to kind of secure that fourth place position. Columbus United, new to this league this season, new to this conference, making their way along pretty nicely here. If they win tonight, they jump into fourth place with 12 points right ahead of Tallahassee. They're going to have to protect that 2-goal lead to do that. JJ, again, we talked about this a little bit before the game. The Armada getting 2 tonight already will close that gap a little bit, but Naples putting 6 up on the board today. That's going to be tough to catch up to if they're going to continue to do that to teams. Even though Global Soccer Pathways, you look at their goal difference, everybody kind of put 6 goals up on Global Soccer Pathways, except the United, who ended up losing to them, or except the Armada, who ended up losing to them 1-0 earlier, 2-1 earlier this season down in Miami. So that's the one blemish that I think you look at throughout the season, and you just kind of wonder, what if in that situation against a team like Global Soccer Pathways, as Coach Kuzanovic started a number of guys who didn't usually start in that game to try to give them some playing time, and it kind of bit them. Yeah,
I mean it's going to have a huge impact on the final result in this league table, and going into the playoffs. You really do want to take that first place position. They win that game, completely different complexion. So now they're in a little bit of a situation here now where they might have to play that extra game, which could ultimately impact how their season ends.
When we return to Southern Oak Stadium, we'll have second half coming up. It's Armada Soccer, only on Action Sports Jacks 24/7.
Guess who's back?
Get your tickets at JacksonvilleArmada.com.
This is Jacksonville University. It's not just a perfect place for sunny waterfront beauty shots. Although, here you choose the future you want. How? By defining it yourself. You customize your path and make it one of a kind. You want to build a future where you decide what impact you make? You want to create a life that's limited by nothing but your own ingenuity? You come to the right place.
People helping people is at the core of what Alive Credit Union is all about, and it's been that way for over 70 years. From 1954 to 2024, the mission remains to inspire financial wellness and give you a financially fit lifestyle. Alive Credit Union and its employees are committed to not only serving their valued members, but also our community here in Northeast Florida. That commitment includes a partnership with the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 team as the presenting sponsor of all Armada men's and women's broadcasts this summer. Action Sports Jacks and Alive Credit Union, a partnership that just makes sense when it comes to covering Northeast Florida. Alive Credit Union's commitment to our community also involves serving the financial needs of our first responders through the recent merger partnership with City and Police Federal Credit Union. Join the community and become a member of Alive Credit Union today. Find out the many ways you can be inspired in financial wellness at alivecu.coop.
When you think sports, you think Action Sports Jacks, the official station of the Jaguars, on location for every game. But the most experienced team in town doesn't stop there. From high school football to the big events in the area, Action Sports Jacks is always on. Now, we take that to a new level. Action Sports Jacks 24/7 is around-the-clock coverage of the teams you love and the moments you can't miss. The best local sports in Jacksonville on Action Sports Jacks 24/7.
Welcome back. We're here at Southern Oak Stadium with the Armada U-23s leading 2-0 against Miami Dutch Lions. We will be back here after these brief messages.
People helping people is at the core of what Alive Credit Union is all about, and it's been that way for over 70 years. From 1954 to 2024, the mission remains to inspire financial wellness and give you a financially fit lifestyle. Alive Credit Union and its employees are committed to not only serving their valued members, but also our community here in Northeast Florida. That commitment includes a partnership with the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 team as the presenting sponsor of all Armada men's and women's broadcasts this summer. Action Sports Jacks and Alive Credit Union, a partnership that just makes sense when it comes to covering Northeast Florida. Alive Credit Union's commitment to our community also involves serving the financial needs of our first responders through the recent merger partnership with City and Police Federal Credit Union. Join the community and become a member of Alive Credit Union today. Find out the many ways you can be inspired in financial wellness at alivecu.coop.
Imagine a brokerage platform that gives agents the flexibility to move between comp plans so that they can spend their entire career in one place while earning stock and recruiting other agents. And imagine the entire enterprise is created and backed by a proven industry innovator. Now imagine this platform already exists. Imagine you own this platform. Imagine how large you can grow. How much revenue share you can earn. Just imagine.
This is Jacksonville University. It's not just a perfect place for sunny waterfront beauty shots. Although, here you choose the future you want. How? By defining it yourself. You customize your path and make it one of a kind. You want to build a future where you decide what impact you make? You want to create a life that's limited by nothing but your own ingenuity? You've come to the right place.
International soccer returns this summer. Don't miss your chance to see teams from the biggest league in the world in Jacksonville as they compete for their first trophy of the season, the Stateside Cup. Be there when Premier League clubs Wolves and West Ham take the pitch July 27th at Everbank Stadium, home of the Jaguars. With the series trophy on the line, competition will be fierce. Tickets on sale now for as low as $35. Buy your tickets today at statesidecup.com.
Welcome back to Jacksonville, a rainy, dreary Jacksonville this evening as the Armada come back out on the field as we get ready to start the second half of play. Yeah, it's late. It's 10:35 here in Jacksonville. Game kicked off 2.5 hours after its scheduled kickoff time due to storms that were blowing through the area. But we finally got underway about 9:30, and we are now set for the second half as the Armada will look to protect this 2-0 lead. Miami taking their time coming out of the locker room. JJ, as we look at the Armada's first half of play and we look at the remaining schedule, you know, they can hold this 2-0 lead and potentially add to it. And they go to New Orleans next weekend, next Saturday night. We've had issues going to New Orleans at times in terms of playing the Jesters at home. They are a quality organization. They usually put a good product on the field. I mean, that game is a must-win for Jacksonville as they look to seize that number one position that we talked about that's so important when it comes to the NPSL playoffs.
Yeah, they have had some history of bad results, you know, against that team. You know, the Jesters, they're a top-notch club. They always come with fight. They've got a powerful forward line that's capable of scoring goals against any opposition. But, you know, the concentration levels, I think, and the sort of, you know, more experience, you know, has brought, you know, better results this season. And I think they've got to really try and push themselves just to, you know, get things done in this game, if you know, against the New Orleans Jesters this time around.
You know, the Armada beat them 3-1 last time they played New Orleans, but that game was a lot tighter than the score. Lots of physical play, red cards issued to New Orleans. They played down a man for the last 20 minutes. So that game will be tough next weekend in New Orleans. This game tonight's been extremely physical between these two teams. The last time that they played, I mean, it was physical, and it started right from the get-go. And you got frogs and, you know, forearm shivering, and, you know, the field conditions really haven't helped here. You got some, you know, dangerous tackles that have been coming in. You know, you got sloppy field conditions. You got intense individuals going after each other. It's NPSL soccer at its best. You know, as these two teams get accustomed to playing each other, this is the first 3 times we've played Miami Dutch Lions this season as an organization. So these two teams have kind of developed that dislike for each other based on their last couple of games that they've played.
Yeah, and it's coming to that point in the season now where people are trying to, set themselves up for what's next. You're trying to hit the ground running going into an open a new fall season. So the concentration levels are a lot higher, stakes are a lot higher. So you're going to see a couple tackles flying in and a few people putting their bodies about.
You look. We just got to look at Alex Iarides, who was rubbing his leg. He did something in the first half to pull. Maybe it looked like his quadricep, but he's consistently rubbing it, trying to make sure that he's ready to go in the second half. Iarides, the team's leading goal scorer in the team's history. He's out on the wing tonight. While Oliver Moeller Jensen has dominated, Iarides had his spots in the first half too.
Yeah, definitely, and both of those players, as you said, top class players that want to get forward, want to make opportunities, and turn them into goals.
Ferraro now looking out wide. Miami Dutch Lions pushing up the field. Here's Harris. Tries to beat Frogson, can't, and then fouls him. That'll be an Armada free kick. Nice play by Frogson to disrupt the Miami attack.
Yeah, he looks like he's got his his ways about him again. After a rocky first half, where something that we don't see very often, an opposition getting in behind him on a few occasions.
Playing out to Thomas wide, almost intercepted, now intercepted by Abasiwa. Ball played back for Ferraro.
Good football.
DeYoung. Luca Ferraro looking for Harris, can't find him. Harris going to try to chase that one down in the corner before it rolls out of play. Not going to get there. Good hustle there by Harris, but it will be an Armada throw-in.
Yeah, and good build-up play from Miami Dutch Lions. They look like they're a little bit more exuberant in this half, coming out a little bit more willing and wanting to get hold of the ball, get it down and play. Just need that possession now to turn into opportunities. And when they do get the opportunities, find that end product. That's what was lacking in the first half.
Long switch.
Sloppy ball there.
Long switch here. Intercepted once again by the Dutch Lions. Abasiwa now played out wide. Looking for Lopez. He can't chase it down. That ball's going to roll out of play for a Armada goal kick. Kind of an entirely different mentality from Miami early on. They're intercepting balls. They're playing balls over the top. They look to be focused and ready to go in this second half.
Yeah, something that we haven't been able to see very often is, as far as this game has gone, possession in the opposition half for Miami Dutch Lions. And they're just starting to build. They look a lot more confident in the second half to start.
Ball played out wide. Now up top for Miami. That's Ferraro. Looked like he was trying to play it wide to Abasiwa, but the ball rolls back in to Costi, keeper for Jacksonville. Rolls it out to Schweiker. Tries to play it over the top for Iarides. He's going to be whistled offside. That looked iffy from the onset. Just left maybe a little bit too early. Because he kind of limps back. He's got a little bit of a hitch in his step as he's walking back. Again, something to watch as this second half goes on. Ball put back in play. Here is Lopez for Miami. Looking long. That looks for Ferraro. Ferraro goes down, makes a meal of it. Referee doesn't buy it. Gets up with a smile on his face. That ball's going to be an Armada goal kick. Yeah, he slips. Frogson doesn't really put Reedies. Nice Kafifte pass. Cleared out by Wallace. Poorly. That will be a Armada throw-in. Kafif with a nice pass there, trying to set Iarides free. Nice quick passing by the Armada as they try to get it up the field. Here's Micah Thomas. Throw-in. Goes into the middle of the field, finds Schweiker. Plays it out wide. Here's Erb. Looking to cross. Looking for Zettel. Can't get to it. Miami clears. It's going to roll out of play, and that will be an Armada throw-in. Jacksonville starting to put a little bit of pressure now on Miami. after Miami came out and had a good few minutes in the beginning of this second half. Shanley. Kavif looking for Iarides. Iarides didn't make the run. Lopez with a nice step over. Plays it forward. Here's Abasiwa. Stolen by Illuminato. Illuminato stays on his feet. Crosses it. Here's Kavif. Shoots, deflected, up and over. That's going to be a corner kick for the Armada. Nice play there by Illuminato to find Kavif.
And that's the first time we've been able to see Illuminato just get that in that final third and be able to create something. Brilliant little cutback after a great run forward. Little touch, corner kick.
It's another Campione Law corner kick. Campione Law, real people helping real people. Illuminato puts it far side of the box. Shanley tries to play it towards the net. Picked up there by Miami and cleared. Frogson was on it for the Armada, but couldn't get it out of his feet. And here comes Miami.
4v3, yeah, if they're able to do it quick.
Abasiwa.
Great recovery, runs back from the Armada. But
plays it across. Bad first touch there by Parks Harris. They come up with a foul, and it's going to get him booked. Foul there on Schweikert.
Schweikert's done well to get his body in the way there. And what you can see right now is it was a 4v3 situation. You just see Armada players really busting a gut to get back behind the ball. Schweikert there takes a hit, winning the ball back at the edge of the area, putting his body on the line again.
Bounces back up like nothing happened. That's Evan Schweikert.
That's it.
The little ball hate rolling around the midfield. Parks Harris, I think, is the one who got booked on that for Miami, number 9. Ball played out wide and out of play. That's going to be a Miami throw. Ferraro tries to head it forward. That ball is going to go out of play. That'll be an Armada throw-in. You know, we're fortunate enough to do these Armada games. There are a lot of soccer going on right now around the world. If you're a soccer fan, this is kind of your paradise. Games all day in Europe and the Copa America. And then, you know, we get to come out and call an Armada soccer game. It's a good time to be a soccer fan.
Absolutely. The year of 2024 has brought us so much this summer. It's been amazing. And I'm thankful I get the opportunity to come out here and watch these guys play. You know, they put everything on the line. You've got fans that come and support. It's a great environment to bring kids out to.
Quick shot there by Miami, and Costi is ready for it. Collects. Ball played out wide for Iarides. Lopez beats him to it. Puts it out of play.
Iarides just adding the pressure there just to be able to get the bite from the Miami Dutch Lions defenders there and be able to gain a throw.
Here's Thomas. Throws it forward, finds Zettel, plays it out wide. Muller Jensen gets his first touch. Unfortunately, that touch is with his hand. Miami puts it quickly back into play. Plays it forward. Here's Parks Harris.
Great.
Shanley gets his foot in at the last second, deflects it out of play. It's going to be another Campione Law corner kick. Campione Law, real people helping.
Real people.
Real people.
And brilliant challenge there from Shanley, last ditch. Perfectly timed. Gives away corner to Miami Dutch Lions. Let's have a look, see whether they're able to create something off this with numbers forward, 6 in the box.
Here's the corner. Looking center of the box, headed out by Schweikert. Probably the smallest guy in the field. Gets his head to it. Muller Jensen flicks it forward. Illuminato tries to run onto it, played all the way back to Wallace, the Miami keeper. Miami's had their moments here as Shanley cuts out a pass there intended for Sanfilippo.
Yeah, this second half's been a little bit too close for comfort for the Armada.
Ball played forward by Schweikert, looking out wide for Iarides. Cut out there by Abasiwa. He gets the ball back. The danger man for Miami. Finds Ferraro, Nicolo Ferraro. Back to Abasiwa. Happy to be on the ball, tries to play it wide and cut out there by Schweikert.
He just looks very bright, doesn't he, Abasiwa? He's not afraid to take somebody on. He wants to play play the ball and move the ball. When he's in deep position, he's just trying to look for forward passes.
Cross there by Albletter, cut out by the Armada. Schweikert again, putting it out of play. It'll be a Miami throw-in. Yeah, Miami's looking better in the second half.
Absolutely, they had a great first start. To
Nicolo Ferraro from distance, save Costi, cleared out by Thomas. You can't blame him for doing it. The field is not in good shape and it's wet outside.
Do not want to try and keep hold of anything. Costi gets his body in the way. Great save, and it's a pop shot here from 35 yards out. Puts the goalkeeper under trouble. We talked about it earlier on. That little bounce right in front of the goalkeeper just adds that little bit of difficulty that goalkeepers really do not like to handle.
On a field like this, it's treacherous.
Yeah.
That ball didn't hit his hands. It looked like it hit his face.
Yeah.
So, him trying to get his hands up quickly, the field obviously played, a role there, and getting it, that's a face save by Costi, who's been good tonight for Jacksonville.
I think it's Sanfilippo that took the strike on goal as well. Just a little pop shot, and he's well capable as well, really making a goalkeeper work from distance. I've seen it on numerous occasions tonight and in previous games as well.
Yeah, and Shanley coming over, making a nice play there, playing it off of Ebasiwa. That's going to be a Armada goal kick.
I really do believe that this Miami Dutch Lions team has been unfortunate. Really, just you talk about players and strategies. I haven't seen an identity from this Miami Dutch Lions team, but what I have seen is the willingness and the want to receive the ball and get turned and go and try to cause problems in the opposition half. They've just been unfortunate with the chances there.
Connor McKay subs in for Miami, subs in for Parks Harris, who ends up coming out for the Dutch Lions. Costi plays it forward, intercepted immediately by Miami. Ferraro. Ball cut out there by Illuminato for the Armada. The Armada look to break. Foul there on Miami. Here comes another booking. The booking on number 5. That is Nick DeYoung, who's going to get cautioned in the 57th minute. Man down for the Armada, waiting to get a number. Might be Schweikert again. It's Erb for the Armada, who's down, gets up slowly. Schweikert there with him. Erb trying to walk it off. As Coach Tommy Krzanovich looks on. Ball played forward. Here's Illuminato. Plays it out wide. Irides.
Oh, close.
Beats him wide. Crosses it in the middle. Cleared out by Miami, who look to counter. Sanfilippo trying to play over the top. McKay had stopped his run. Costi comes out to play it. Plays it for Micah Thomas. Thomas turns around his defender, but turns it over. Here's Nicolo Ferraro playing it forward for Nick DeYoung. DeYoung plays it out wide. Another cross coming in. Looking for Filippo. Shot save. Saved by Costi, who got over to his right and got behind that ball to save the header, the dangerous header from Sanfilippo.
And there he is again, Sanfilippo just making a nuisance of himself inside the box. Decent effort back towards where the balls came from. That's exactly what you want to do for young players when that ball comes in. You want to send the goalkeeper back in the opposite direction. Trying to wrong foot him. A great header back to that near post.
In between defenders there. Sanfilippo, nasty challenge there by Frogson.
Just missed time there again.
He's going to be booked.
He has been a little bit off tonight. I mean, and we don't really say that too often. It's difficult to sort of maintain that sort of form, especially at such a young age, but he's been fantastic all season.
We'll take a look and see who got the yellow. If we can get a replay. That was a nasty challenge. Either way, we'll double check to make sure that the yellow card was either on, yeah, it was on Frogson. Yeah, just a little bit late there. As Frogson gets into the fray, he's been physical tonight, and he's going to get booked. It's in the 59th minute is when he got booked. 2-0 Jacksonville as we enter the 60th minute of play. Free kick for Miami. Looking to put another dangerous ball in the box. 5 in the box for Miami. Shoots. Costi punches it over the top. That's going to be a corner kick. And you know that's another Campione Law corner kick. Campione Law, real people helping real people as we take a look at the replay.
Great ball inside the box. Costi, as usual, right place, right time, gets his hands on it and keeps that score at 0.
Costi's been good tonight. 6'2", 25-year-old from Genelec, France. He's been great. Header down, again. Cleared out by the Armada. Only as far as Ferraro. Plays it out wide. Here comes the cross into the middle. Number of people go up for it. Schweikert comes down with it. Schweikert plays it long. Looking for Micah Thomas. Thomas plays it by, but just enough of a defensive play there by number 7, Koshe Abasiwa, to stop Thomas from kind of breaking in on the keeper, and eventually that ball's cleared over the top of the net. It's going to be a goal kick for Miami. Almost for Micah Thomas there.
Yeah, almost, and he really almost put himself in a fantastic position to move forward.
Substitution for the Armada. It looks like Paul Danner is going to come on. The German defender Zettel is coming out for the Armada, so a defender replacing a midfielder as the Armada try to shore things up and make sure they collect the 3 points this evening. Here's Miami. Here's Ferraro. Now they play it through. Looking for the winger. That is De Jong. Tries to play it into the middle. Headed out by Shanley. Collected by Ferraro. Ball put in again. Cleared out by Frogson. Miami's able to take control again. Nicola Ferraro. Plays it long and over the top. There's a man breaking in. He's going to be whistled for offsides. Armada dodge a bullet there. The Armada free kick after the offside. Looks like you're going to see the Armada slip another defender in, and a 2-man midfield in the center for Illuminato and Schweikert. Just trying to defensively solidify themselves in the hopes of sustaining play and winning tonight's contest. Referee stops play and issues a caution to the captain, Miles Shanley. I can only assume it was time wasting. Shanley not too happy about this as the ref walks a couple of circles around him. Shanley's such a positive guy. He's such a good kid. You know, he looks distraught right now. You know, he has earned everything that goes with that captain's armband that he's worn at times throughout the season.
Yeah, I think he's just a little disappointed there, right?
Yeah, I don't think it was necessarily a bunch of time wasting, but you know, I'm sure that there have been people on the Dutch Lions bench who've gotten into the referee's ear about some time wasting going on as this game continues.
I'm just not comfortable with this scoreline at 2-0 right now. With everything that there is to lose, and there's Iaridi's offside again. I think that's maybe the 4th or 5th time he's been offside tonight. And you know, as an attacking team, you don't want your inverted winger continually getting caught in there. But you know, it happens sometimes. Missed time runs, chance.
Nicola Ferraro plays it through. Shot. That's a deflected wide shot again. It's going to be a goal kick. That's Danner who came in and made the play to deflect that first shot. Looked like a very good look there for San Filippo before Danner slid in. Take a look here. Danner, gets his body in front of it. Nice play by the German defender who just came on. Paul Danner, 6'1", 24-year-old grad student. He's going to play at JU this year from Bielefeld, Germany. Schweikert. Danner. Thomas. Irides.
Oh, great toss.
Dodges the tackle,
Oh,
but didn't dodge the
cynical.
second. Here's Ebasiwa, who's going to get a card for his foul.
Hopefully he's not hurt him here as he's gone down here. He's not happy with the challenge. And that's a challenge gone in on a play that's been...
Yeah,
Yes.
that's a very cynical challenge. He was fouled before that, and then fouled by Ebasiwa, and then landed on the ball as well.
He's been in the wars tonight, and he has been getting a lot of trouble with that left thigh that he's been rubbing on all this evening. He's unhappy about the decision made to even book the play. He thinks it might just be more than a booking.
Pretty cynical challenge there. There was no attempt at the ball.
Yeah, absolutely no attempt to play the ball. And Ebisuo, as a player, he does that on the opposite end. So
But that's a yellow. I mean, that's not a red card.
No. I wouldn't say it's a red card, mate.
Yeah, I think Irides was pushing.
Yeah.
Nobody likes to be taken out as he was, but yeah, I mean that's a perfect spot for a caution. Here's Danner. Irides loses it this time. Miami plays it up. Here's Sanfilippo. Plays it back. Ferraro. Now out wide. Here's Luca Ferraro. Played over the top, looking for McKay. Ball's going to roll back to Costi, who collects. 2-0, 66 minute. Jacksonville with 2 first-half goals. Oliver Moeller-Jensen and Noah Kavift, the goal scorers for Jacksonville this evening. Mike Thomas, Irides tries to play it back for Thomas. Does not go right. Turns it over, but right away the Armada collect. Danner's going to clear it out. Another foul on Miami before that happens. It'll be a free kick. Schweikert, he's been in the wars tonight in the middle there. Schweikert's been bouncing around and he's taken a physical beating, but he keeps getting up. As the Armada put it back into play. Luminato. Erb. Moeller-Jensen tries to keep it in play but can't get there. Miami throw in. Quiet second half for Moeller-Jensen. Hasn't gotten many touches. You almost got to wonder if that's Armada, like not trying to find him, or if it's Miami doing whatever they can to kind of take him out of the game. Because they needed to. I mean, the first half was as dominating an NPSL performance as I've seen from a guy in a long time.
Yeah, they're doubling up on that left-hand side, and they're just being a little bit more cautious with just getting players forward on that left. But right now they've got him in that area now.
Ferraro looks out wide, cross comes in. That's a shoulder barge by Shanley to get it out. Ebasiwa. Luca Ferraro plays it out wide. He's looking for Carlo Lopez, can't find him. Ball rolls out. That is an Armada throw as Danner takes it. Places it down. Micah Thomas will take the throw in for Jacksonville. Yeah, I mean, you look at the second half, and we're now 22 minutes in. Miami's gotten probably the better of it in the second half.
Yeah, possession-wise, chances created, yeah.
I mean, Jacksonville hasn't had a lot of chances, and Miami hasn't had a ton either, but Miami's played a much better second half.
Yeah, they've had maybe 3 corners in this half, a few pop shots, header coming in from, I think it might have been Sanfilippo as well, going back across the goalkeeper, made him make a very Costi make a good save.
Costi's face save on the long distance shot by Ferraro. I mean,
there's opportunities, and as I said, this 2-0 scoreline, I really do not like going into these final 22 minutes of the game. 21 minutes of the game.
Nicolo Ferraro plays it back for Hernandez, who finds DeYoung. DeYoung tries to play it over the top for McKay, who gets his head to it. Danner going to shield it off. Costi comes out and gets it before the danger arrives. Crisis averted as Costi rolls it out in the corridor of confusion, as my colleague likes to say.
That's what it is.
Love it.
If you are finding passes in that area, you're going to cause trouble, and it happened even at the top level. Chance here.
Here's Kaviv.
Has he got the pace to get away from him, though?
Tries to cut it back. Looking for somebody. He has Moeller-Jensen, but he decides to hit it himself high and wide. Wasted opportunity for the Armada as Moeller-Jensen was sitting there in space.
All he wants is a chance. He's like, I've given you one in the first half, mate. Let me have one.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
But he's been in that area twice now in this game to where he could quite literally tap a ball in. And Kafif just takes the decision to shot back in on his right foot, hungry for a goal as a number 9 should be. But it just doesn't work out for him this time.
Yeah, you could definitely see the frustration on Muller Jensen's face. The ball bobbled a little bit in the box on Kavif, but I mean, that's a tap in.
Chance.
It's a tap in if you pass it.
The early cross is what he wants in. Same as Iarides early on in the first half, where he took the chance going down the left.
Here's a cross on the one time. Iarides off the post, off the crossbar. Fantastic hit by the Cypriot.
What an opportunity there. If we get to see this one again. Ball comes in from the right-hand side, and Iarides firing through the middle, gets a volley on it.
Full volley. Fantastic hit. Saved by the crossbar, Miami is.
Iarides holding his head in his hands in disbelief, really, at that opportunity going to miss.
He gets one more shot there. Iarides sends it high. A couple of subs coming on for the Armada. This is trouble for Miami as we see Giancarlo Vaccaro coming on.
And I think it'll be a wholesale change here for Iarides coming on with the last 20 minutes.
Muller Jensen looks like he's going to be the one to make way as Vaccaro comes on.
Interesting.
Fantastic game for Muller Jensen, and Iarides also going to come out.
Yeah, Oliver Muller Jensen doesn't look happy about the substitution that's being made here with 20 minutes to go. But obviously with the introduction of Vaccaro.
We'll get the other name to you. I believe it's Luke Granitor who's going to come in on the other side. We'll double check that. Yep, that's who it is. Luke Granitor, a fantastic player, 21-year-old, 5'10" forward from UNF. Played for Orlando City's B team. He was their youngest debutant. 18 games he played with Orlando City's B team as a 15-year-old. Ended up going to the University of North Carolina, where he started his career, and then ended up at UNF. Scored 5 goals last season. Was second team all-conference in the A-Sun. Granitor, great guy to be able to bring on the bench or bring off the bench, as well as Vaccaro, who was just a bundle of trouble. As you'll see, there's a hit there by Miami. That looked like Luca Ferraro just got screwed into the ground there and ended up hitting it way wide. It'll be a Armada goal kick. What a hit by Iarides on the full volley. I mean, that's what he can do. He might struggle through certain components of the game, and all of a sudden he comes up with something like that. I mean, that was nearly magical. That's what he provides. I mean, you look at his career with the Armada, and he's got 18 goals in his career with Jacksonville. Very easily could have been 19 or 20 after tonight, and that was a fantastic play, both with the cross and then eventually the full volley by Iarides, giving you a sample of what he can do. Here's Danner for the Armada, putting it back into play. Schweikert looking for Granitor, is dispossessed by Lopez for Miami. Luca Ferraro. I mean, you look in the middle of the field, and it's Ferraro, whether it's Giancarlo or Luca, who tends to be the quarterback of what's going on. Frogson plays it out there. McKay closing him down, forces the British defender to put it out of play. Substitutions here for Miami. Marco Visser will make way. Lopez out. Thoberg for Miami will come on, as well as number 18. Roy Kedar will also come on for Miami.
And what you want to see is pretty much the same from Miami now if they really want to impact the game. Just getting players and committing players forward, throwing caution to the wind in certain moments when they get into that final third. It's not paid off with a goal yet, but they have added a lot more pressure than was applied in the first half to this Armada team and their back line.
Again, this game could be 4-5-0, but it also could be 2-2.
Yeah. There's been opportunities created. Goalkeeper Costi's done fantastic, and defenders Miles Shanley's had to make some really last-ditch challenges to block off opportunities moving forward.
Danner a couple minutes ago sliding in on that one.
Yeah.
Frogson shields off the attacking player, and Costi comes to collect it for Jacksonville. Here's Thomas. Schweikert. Still running. Little ball of energy. Here's Granitor. Dispossessed there by Lopez. Correction, De Jong. And now it's Luca Ferraro quarterbacking the midfield for Miami. Plays it out wide. Randy Hernandez. Ferraro. It's Miami have possession. Hernandez. De Jong. Ebisawa. Ball played out wide as Ferraro looking. And now here comes Miami. Shot, looking far post. Sails wide. Danger averted by Jacksonville as more subs look to make it on the pitch. Keegan Anselin coming in for Jacksonville. It's probably for Kavif, and it is. Anselin, amazing game last game. Had a goal and was a menace up top when he came on in about 70th minute. Very well taken goal last week. Kid with a lot of potential. If you look at Anselin and his history, 6'4", 21-year-old, plays at the University of West Florida, D2 school out in Pensacola, a Jacksonville native, a JFC product. It's had very good seasons. Last year at University of West Florida, 6 goals, 4 assists. Was on the all-tournament team for his conference. He is the #1 scorer for West Florida. Yeah, as he came off the bench last time, goal and assist for Anselin, who's going to continue to look to add to his ledger as this game continues tonight. 77th minute, score 2-0 Armada.
Yeah, huge impact that he made when he came on in the last game. Immediate impact. Was able to come on and get an assist and added a goal to his tally. And a fantastic one at that. Great feat to be able to find his right foot for his goal, and then a fantastic all I could say was a back heel to find his mate to slot home a finish. It was a great introduction. You know what? This is the time of the season to where you want your strikers to be firing on all cylinders, and that's exactly what's happening right now. You've got Kafif, who's well and capable of scoring goals. Normally we'd see him just being a target man, but he's added more goals to his tally this season, and obviously Anselin coming on making an impact last game. Brilliant for Coach Krasanovic going into the final stretch.
De Jong turns it over, and the Armada look to capitalize. Here's Anselin, able to trap it down, gives it to Granitor. Granitor's going to shoot from distance, blocked there by Miami. Foberg gets in the way of that, but he turns it right back over. Vaccaro look out wide, or excuse me, Luminata looks out wide for Vaccaro, finds him. Ball's going to be off a Miami defender, put out of play. That's going to be an Armada throw-in. '79th minute here at Southern Oak Stadium in Jacksonville. 2-0 Armada. Is Nick Erb was substituted out at the last dead ball. Isaac Machado makes his appearance, first appearance of the season for Jacksonville at that right back position. Nice shift for Erb tonight.
Yeah, great job from Erb. You know, really well done defensively tonight. He's been fantastic. Getting forward when he had the opportunity to, but really just taking care of his role and responsibility there in that back line.
Campione Law corner kick. Campione Law, real people helping real people. Cross in, header, tipped over the top by Wallace. Fantastic header from Frogson. Tipped over the top by the keeper from Miami, keeping it a 2-0 game. That ball was destined for the upper shelf.
Short corner deployed there from the Armada, creating an opportunity now in the last few minutes of the game. Great little flick ball into the area. Frogson just missing the opportunity from a fingertip save.
Fantastic save by Wallace. Campione Law corner kick. Campione Law, real people helping real people. Played in by Illuminato. Nice ball, headed up and over. Looked like it was Danner who got his head to it. As we look to see more subs coming in. This time for Miami. So we'll check to see the number. Helps when the officials have the board up to give us an indication of who's coming in, who's coming out.
We can't have everything in this world, mate.
Substitution as Sanfilippo comes out.
Who's had a fantastic game as well. I was very impressed with him. Over the course of these past 2 games, he's had so many opportunities created. Just unluckily for him, he's not been able to really hit the back of the net, but he's got that creative nous to be able to make chances.
Abasiwa now looks forward for Abudable, who's the substitute who just came on
for
Sanfilippo.
Good little intricate passing play there to create this. As Miami Dutch Lions try to get forward and cause problems on this back line of the Armada. It looks offside there now.
Mateo Amatuna has also checked in for Miami. Number 3 on the pitch this evening.
Again, decent build-up play here from Miami Dutch Lions. Cut off very well from Vaccaro.
Granitor looking up top, trying to find Vaccaro, played out by Wallace, who's ventured far out from his goal, but he's able to find DeYoung, who looks up front for McKay. Frogson will just watch that ball roll over the line as he shields off McKay. Very nice play there from the central defender, Frogson. It's Kadar. Here's Costi. Ball intercepted easily by Miami. Abasua plays it back for Amatuna. Randy Hernandez plays it out wide. This is Kadar. Hernandez back to the keeper Wallace, playing about 35 yards outside his net. Ball played forward, intercepted there, and put out of play by the Armada's Isaac Machado. Machado, interesting story, played for JFC, eventually played for the Armada very briefly, and then went and was signed by Pensacola. Played Pensacola last season. As Anselin is here on a breakaway, Wallace tries to come out and does a very nice job taking the ball away from Anselin. On his game tonight, Wallace, when it's coming out and getting those balls.
Yeah, he's done very, very well with that. Super alert. Not scared to come out and make a play. Wallace, I like him. He's done very well tonight.
Kadar looking upfield. Can't find his man. Looked like he was looking for Nicola Ferraro. Couldn't find him. Rolls out for a goal kick. As the high press comes on from Miami as this game winds down. Here's Schweikert using his physicality, staying on the ball, looking long and over the top. Trying to find Vaccaro, ball headed now by the Armada. Retained possession. That's Illuminato. Vaccaro.
Great football.
Here comes the Armada. That's Illuminato. Finds Anselin. Chips it back. Shot. Far and wide. Stays in. Micah Thomas goes and gets it for the Armada. Nice heads-up play by Thomas. He's going to try the cross into the middle. An on-rushing Armada player just missed it. Looked like Vaccaro flying in. Foul there by Miami. It's Illuminato who's hacked down by DeYoung. I believe DeYoung's already on a caution.
I'm assuming the majority of the people in that attacking front line want to have a look at this free kick from this area, 25 yards out. Probably, I'd honestly want to see Micah Thomas have a hit from here. 30 yards out, in swinging left footed strike you want to see. But let's have a look who gets the opportunity to take one.
Night's over for Koche Ebasua. Correction. Luca Ferraro, his night has ended. Ebasua stays in. Looks like Giacomo Tomasina comes on for Miami. Armada free kick. Hits the wall, comes right back at comes right back at Illuminato. Ball played over now. Here is Giancarlo Vaccaro. And Illuminato cut down for a free kick. Kind of looking at the referee like, how many of these do I have to take tonight?
As he should as well, let the referee know, you know.
Cut down there by Ebasua.
Physicality's been there, and obviously there again, Ebasua, after the cynical one on this near side, doesn't get another caution, but he's treading a thin line.
Ball in a dangerous area. 25 yards out. Looks like it's going to be Illuminato that's going to hit it for the Armada. A number of Armada players in the box. Good ball in. Headed out. Miami takes possession. It's going to play it long up the field. Looking for McKay. Ball goes out of play. That's going to be an Armada throw-in. Throw-in from the Armada. Here's Vaccaro. Ball played out. Another Armada throw-in. Machado taking his time gathering the ball as we are now in the 88th minute. 2-0 Jacksonville. Looking to see this one out against kind of a doggedly determined second half effort by Miami. Here's Illuminato. Tries to backheel it. He's going to get it back. He's going to play it wide. Here's Micah Thomas. He's going to hit it. Shot save.
He's got everything behind it.
Wallace bumped it.
Drops it. And he's giving it. Is he giving a goal?
I think he's called a foul on Illuminato for bumping into the keeper.
But he's absolutely within his right there to try and get something on it.
Let's take a look at it. Thomas with the solid hit. Saved by Wallace, the keeper. Illuminato going after it.
Yeah,
bumps the keeper into the net and then finishes. And the referee is going to call the foul on Illuminato. No goal. Still stays 2-0 Jacksonville. Another chance to bury this one. That Jacksonville hadn't had all that many chances in the second half.
Yeah.
Miami's had more chances.
Micah Thomas and acres of space there on this left-hand side.
Granitor plays it wide. Looking for Vaccaro. Can't play it down.
Just balls in the air. It's crazy how many times you see that where the ball's in the air and players aren't able to just gain control of it.
Vaccaro fouled.
Unfortunately there for the Armada on that far side.
It's a foul on Ebasua by Vaccaro. It'll be a free kick from Miami. Headed to the right side, and that is Kadar. Looks in the middle, Nicola Ferraro. Plays it out wide.
Neat little turn. Great play there from
Ebasua. Gets it back. Nice defense there by Machado. Vaccaro gets it back to Machado. Triangle soccer going on by the Armada. In the back is Shanley, Machado, and Vaccaro playing the ball amongst themselves before it's put out of play for a throw-in. Ball swung all the way over to the far side of the field. Here's Danner for Thomas. Danner continuing a long run down the left. Thomas tries to play it in. Cannot find his man, taken away by Miami. Kadara plays it back to the keeper, Wallace. Chips it to the side to Hernandez. Danner tries to get to him and can't. Foul on the play by Danner. Free kick by Miami as we approach the 90-minute mark. Ball played quickly. Here's the keeper, Wallace. Lays it long and wide. 2 minutes of injury time is what we're looking at as the ref, the fourth official, holds up the sign. 2 minutes of injury time. Eventually, Vaccaro loses the ball. Calls a foul that happened before Vaccaro lost it. It's going to be the Armada with a free kick. Miami's looking around like, where was that foul? It's because this game has been extremely physical between these two teams. Here's Illuminato with the free kick. Plays it out wide. Crossed into the center. Looking for Granitor. Tries to play it back across. Ball's going to hit the crossbar, go out of play. It's going to be a Miami goal kick. Granitor maybe had the opportunity to kind of play that back into the middle. I think that's what he was trying to do. But again, you know, one of the things we've talked about all night is the field conditions. Like the little bobbles that you get. And you've seen them all second half from both teams where, you know, guys are just terribly mishitting balls. A lot of that is based on the fact that the field is in pretty poor condition towards the ends of the field. In the middle, it's playable. In the ends, it's tough. I'm not going to sugarcoat it.
Yeah, viewers back home, you can see in those, you know, those final thirds on both ends, it's very, very difficult for players to play, you know, the usual slick passing game that they like to play.
Kyle Hughes checks in for the Armada. Interesting background on Kyle Hughes.
Little clip again now.
We got another foul here. It's on number 17 for Miami. That's Roy Abuttable. It's going to go into the book. Just came on. Jacksonville will look to take the free kick. Kyle Hughes, 5'8", 22-year-old, Gardner-Webb University. He's from Wales. He has unbelievable statistics at the JC level on Adaga Community College. He was first team all-conference NJCAA region, Division III all-region. 30 games, 15 goals, 38 assists as the ref blows the final whistle. Jacksonville 2, Miami 0 is how this one plays out at Southern Oak Stadium. When we return from the break, stats and highlights from this one here in Jacksonville.
Ancla Dorada. The official bear of your Jacksonville Armada.
The Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network is streaming. I'm Stuart Weber, and I'm here to teach you a nice three-step process on how you can watch all your favorite programming from the Brent and Austin Show every weekday 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. or the Cup Date with me. It's fantastic. We talk NASCAR. It's a great time. Wednesdays at 1 o'clock. All right, first step, easy. Download the Action News Jacks app. You probably already have it downloaded on your phone, so you might already have that one taken care of. Step 2, see that stack of pancakes up there? You click that stack of pancakes, and it's going to bring down step number 3, which is a full screen of all the different streams that you can click on, including the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 stream. You click that, the video's rocking and rolling on your mobile device, you're watching all the shows you want to, and you're having a good time. You can also do it on your smart TV with the Action News Jacks Now app. I do it on my Samsung TV at home. It's a great way to watch it on a nice, large screen for all the content. That's the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network. Hope you can find it.
It's a new logo, new branding. With Bold City Heating and Air, it's an old school approach. One of the few locally owned and operated air conditioning businesses left in Jacksonville.
It's hot, Florida in the summer. You can't do much to avoid it, but you can keep cool with Bold City Heating and Air.
It's every customer counts kind of service, from when these trucks have pulled up to my home over the last couple of years and when they pull into your driveway as well. From communication to pricing to the actual service, everyone at Bold City Heating and Air cares about you. You know who's coming to your house. You know they will be well trained, and they will respect your home. Air conditioning convenience at boldcityac.com.
Stay cool while it gets hot. Bold City Heating and Air can help. Don't get caught sweating all summer. boldcityac.com, and they have financing to help. New systems starting at $110 a month and $50 off any repairs.
Stay safe, stay comfortable with Bold City Heating and Air at boldcityac.com. Homegrown in your hometown.
Welcome back to Jacksonville. The game ends up Jacksonville Armada 2, Miami Dutch Lions 0 as the players celebrate with Section 904, who waited more than 2.5 hours for this one to kick off as we take a look at tonight's highlights. You know, first half you saw immediately physical play throughout the entire game, but it's from the very first minute. You know, we see a PK given to the Armada early, and then they blow the opportunity as Zettel tries the old Panenka, kicks it right to the keeper. But, you know, they couldn't contain Oliver Moeller-Jensen in the first half. I mean, it was a dominant first half by the young man.
So much energy exerted. He was absolutely fantastic. Oliver Moeller-Jensen. We see Costa keeping his team in the game right there. At this point, it was still 0-0, you know, and he's having to make saves, make stops, and he showed up big. More pressure applied from Miami, and it was an even game, you know, for the second half at least. You know, chance after chance from both teams being created, but Oliver Moeller-Jensen, the difference maker again on this night. Fantastic goal. Honestly, one of the goals of the season from either team, women's and men's. That was one of the most, he's just unbelievable, unplayable in that first 45.
That pass right there is just a dime.
Yeah, beautiful vision to see his mate at the back post, Kafif in the right place. Obviously, again, number 9 on his back. Fans going wild with the scenes after the finishes.
Look at the shots. Total shots, pretty close, 11-8 in favor of the Armada. Shots on goal equal. I think a lot of that was picked up in the second half by Miami. 10 fouls by Miami. We talked about the physical play. Both teams are going to need some ice packs tonight as they go into the locker room after the game, as this game was extremely physical. 6 yellow cards issued to Miami. Shows you kind of the physicality that we saw in play. And, you know, the Armada, if they had one issue tonight, it was consistently going off sides. But you saw that happen because they were playing over the top. They were playing through the channels. They were trying to force the issue using their pace on the wings, and were just caught a number of times going off sides. A great victory for Jacksonville. Puts us back in first place as we jump ahead with 19 points. We are a game ahead of both of the teams that are chasing us now. They'll have the ability to catch us with their next games. But you look at Jacksonville, they're in pole position for that final playoff spot that they're looking for, that number 1 seed.
Absolutely.
Well, after a long evening here in Jacksonville, the Jacksonville Armada get exactly what they want. They get the 2-0 victory over the Miami Dutch Lions. Thanks for joining us as we take you out here. For Jamal Johnson, I'm Mike Jenkins. Thanks for joining us on Action Sports Jacks 24/7, home of the Jacksonville Armada.